Durka. Once he gets an op in his hands, man's on fire.
And it's the third time DRX have brought out a new composition thus far this tournament. They start things off on the attack side.
Yeah, DRX just putting that camera over in showers, gets cleared away by less on the other side. Vitality know that DRX are pretty heavy over on this side of the map, and Safe has to get out of there. Bro just barely dodges the damage.
And in with the TP, Hyunmin will take control. A reframe from Vitality, but Hyunmin, oh my, he's got the flash in hand. Still goes 1 for 1, and Vitality pull back.
Les somehow being alive, though, in a really uncomfortable spot, because DRX could look to fight into backside. That drone's going to ping him out, so he jumps back into the smoke as reinforcements arrive for Vitality.
No plant attempted just yet, but already some damage, and that's a TP hit. No one here to receive for Vitality. But the nade gets a kill onto Mako.
That's crazy. A little bit of an overcommit on the rotate, but Kix is already here. 2 players stuck up in heaven. Good news is that cage has dropped down, allows them to get out, but Kix already on a warpath here. Finds his first and still pressing forward. DRX have spread apart over into elbow. Up in hook and freeing is able to find that first one.
It's all down to flashback. The 1v3. It's an isolated duel here, but Vitality, they play this very patient. Wait for the smoke to fade and now spot out his position. A triple swing sure to come as Flashback tries to isolate a duel, and Vitality won't give it to him.
Excellent work from Kix in that round. First one to rotate back over to the B site, first one to find the opener. Just kind of entered for himself. This is a really unfortunate situation because you never expect that Viper to be hiding right in the corner. But all things considered, with this retake and sort of playing around those smokes very nicely from Kix, Vitality start themselves off strong.
That to me seems like such a classic Vitality round of what they've been good at. Slowing the rounds down, swinging together in the team fighting, I think is where this team really thrives. Obviously, incredible individual skill on each of the players on this roster. That's why people are calling them a super team.
Now stepping up here, Outlaw in the hands of Durka, but already is pinged out. He is in a lot of trouble. The teleport in, Hyunmin finds the kill, and if they can recover that Outlaw, that could be huge.
Now Trex has stolen it back from them, dips away, and DRX will make things out here. Safe, a little whiffy, but he finds his mark at the end. Mako should be able to get the plant down uncontested. Now where's the fight from DRX?
They've got a take here into Lamps. Flash dodged out from Safe, and Trex gonna make quick work of that. Switches over to the Ghost, as a matter of fact, bringing in reinforcements, and even though it was that opener that went down onto Durka, Vitality have stabilized.
Flashback. Not a great chance of winning this round now. Any more
Back-to-back
damage would be great.
1v3s, right?
Yeah, bit more difficult this time. He does have trips down on the site, but not the best plant for him. With his position revealed already, should be an easy cleanup for Vitality.
To say easy, but down to 20 HP, 733. That could have been pretty dire. Vitality bought 4 rifles going into that round, so only end up losing the one because those players survive. Still, it's nice to see Hyunmin finding the opener, right? DRX made a big comp swap coming into this match, the highlight being that Yoru, I think. It's no longer the Rays they're playing. DRX's coach, Termi, was very vocal about saying that after watching EMEA and Americas play specifically, that they wanted to start picking up that Yoru. And already Hyunmin finding that opener.
The 2 rookies for DRX freeing, and Hyunmin have just been incredible in their first match already here at Masters Bangkok.
Vitality have bought a little bit here. Extra Phantom, a Stinger in too as Hyunmin fires forward.
Great flash on the Kicks. Yeah, no chance and damage through the smoke as well. Hyunmin slows down for a moment and the salvos keep him at bay, but DRX happy to just be a man up in this position.
Yeah, I mean, just look at all the utility they ate up.
Here's
all of the stall.
Durka spots him out in the corner, but can't really commit to the fight. DRX keep Hyunmin alive, and he'll TP out as well.
Yeah, Vitality haven't overcommitted the rotates. They've still got 2 players over towards A. Safe realizes that's just a clone, but he's in a great spot to punish if DRX decide to jump in the teleport.
Durka alone on the site. Vitality put him in these positions yesterday. Think of his ace on Fracture.
He knows he's there.
First phase is good for Durka. He'll duck away, and Trex has come in for a kill as well. Flashback, not even into hookah, but that's a very big kill for DRX. Now, options opened up, but Durka shuts them down again. And now it's an attack from one front for DRX.
And there's just no time. 20 seconds left. Player still on site, up in hookah. Trex is just anchoring like a beast right here. But now with the spike going down, Durka's gone all the way around the world into long. There's no chance really for Hyunmin to get this spike down with Durka coming in on the flank. He was just dancing around them.
The pathing was incredible from Durka that round. Gets the kill towards long, helps his teammate with a double swing in hookah, and then is going for that late reflank as well. Truly incredible in those positions.
But it's just back-to-back rounds now where Hyunmin's found that first kill, got an even extra bit of chip damage onto Les. But this time it's Durka with that reposition up into hookah, helping his teammate out there, going for that rewrap that ends up converting that round for Vitality. And like I was saying before the round, like they decided to purchase up a little bit into that too.
Vitality had some slow starts yesterday in both of their maps against T1, required some big second half rallies to end up winning. It's good for them to get a bit of a stronger start today.
Already seen them lock in a bit. DRX now, I mean, we'll see if Hyunmin can find anything. This time it's a stinger, so maybe a little bit less likely. Flashback's gonna take his chance.
Kicked out of the smoke, he gets absolutely nothing. Trex isolated as well, DRX. They've just ran him down on this eco round, and suddenly it's only 2 left alive for Vitality.
Yeah, I think we've done the thing where we praised Vitality for having a clean opener, and all of a sudden DRX had just killed them. Flashback getting 3 kills there is just ridiculous. The Sheriff start at the beginning and then upgrading into the rifle. A flawless round for DRX is crazy on the eco.
Yeah, ridiculous. But a very nice round constructed off of that Yoruwalt. Thus far, we've seen them go for these early takes and then wait normally that 40 seconds for the breach Teo util to come back online. This time, they just slam it in off the Yoruwalt, catch the Anchors of Vitality out on their own.
Yeah, it felt like when they paused in the past, like you think round 3 when they were just waiting in long, it didn't really fool Vitality. Vitality had space outside showers. Even Durka had the angle where we saw, players' shoulders into long. So I like DRX changing that one up here, especially on the light buy.
MasterCard thrifty for DRX to get them on the board.
If you compromise your position, you hand them a free
Vitality will be able to get a buy back out though, and they're close to some key ults.
Let's see this shot one more time. Oh, he just goes for the double jump up. That's why Les wasn't ready for it. Feels a little bit bad, but Vitality shouldn't be scattered in a position like that.
Flashback, not one of the rookies on this team.
Let's try to do some damage.
There for their 2024 run where they only made 1 global event, but it's definitely come into his own right this year.
Now if those first 4 rounds were, a bit lighter from DRX, hold on, safe, spotted out by Flashback. DRX are about to be in a great position the next few rounds. They've got Flashback's ult right now, but all of those heavy hitters, they got 4 monster ults that are going to be coming up very soon.
Vitality have not been able to stop DRX from taking long every round, and it puts him in a great position to send the exec. Here comes a pinch to the TP. Safe finds his kill, and there's even more util to help Durka out, so DRX need to expedite onto this site. They've done that, but Bane is just having to swat them away and wasn't ready for Durka to swing in. A plant. Now, which direction did DRX choose to fight?
DRX are all just sort of dividing up and taking their ones right now. Finally, Hyunmin's going to regroup over into long. This is the fight that'll mean everything.
It's all up to freeing. Durka a little ahead of Les, but the shot's not good enough for 2. Les instead controls that space. And the IGL for DRX has an impossible task. A good start though, but a pinch from Spawn, and that puts a bow on it for Vitality.
So the only round DRX have won over on this B site was when they dominated hookah, right? That lurk from Flashback. He's found kills there a couple of times, but these other rounds, Vitality have been jumping up into that space, fighting very aggressively. And with DRX only sending 1 player in there, I think if they want to keep going B, they need to put up a little bit more fight there, or risk never really being able to get out into the site itself.
Almost every round, Vitality has been able to dominate space in showers control uncontested, which means they're never feeling threatened by TP plays coming back towards A from B late round, meaning that they get to have pretty heavy stacks on that B sites. But with some new rookie players, you keep the IGL Mako in the mix as Out of the timeout, DRX turn their attention towards A and take control in showers.
Yeah, so there you go, exactly. Shutting down that showers look. This time Vitality's playing a much stronger open on the B side.
They're just sending it on A, it looks like here. In goes the Annihilation, a Brim ult as well, but Vitality have a smoke to get out front sight, and that's huge for Trex. He'll dip back, but has to dance around, then he's unable to avoid the bullets. Another player just flooding, and that's psychotic from Les. He wanted to take his risk, but it doesn't pay off.
Now it's just Kicks and Durka. Yeah, you've got a showstopper in hand. They're Seekers too, but these two players are gonna have to find some kind of an opening pick before they can commit those big abilities. That stun refresh is just brutal.
Still a rocket for Durka.
Satchel out.
Satchel punch sight, it's perfect onto Hyunmin, but the trade is there from Flashback. And Durka just doesn't have much time to work with here. He's getting wrapped from behind. Still Yuto working against him, and he just wants to keep his gun.
Get out of there, man. No chance in a round like that. And looking at the money, it's all right for Vitality right now, but Safe and Durka had both bought down, so very important they can hold on to that rifle and have at least 4. You could even have Durka not take the rifle this round and commit the showstopper. Both
rounds DRX have won, and I think we've seen them take advantage of what has been so strong about these compositions they've been playing. Switching into the Breach, Taeho, Yoru on every single map they've played thus far means you have 3 of the best power ults in the game to build rounds off of.
And you know, it's not easy to hit the A site with a solo Yoru, right? When you're not playing the Raze, it's very hard to threaten those fights into backside because you don't have the double satchel over truck or something like that. So the fact Hyunmin was taking those fights into backside anyways and finding his mark, good sign for DRX early on.
Stun over towards showers.
Yeah, that's going to be DRX's typical default now over towards the A side of the map. But this round, Hyunmin and Freeing are testing that space over towards B. It seems like the timeout was to sort of structure these early rounds to show a lot of presence into A, but open up maybe some lurk opportunities.
Well, you rarely see players take advantage of that. The silent drone walks his way out, spots 2 players.
It can be nice though, because if you don't hear that drone, you don't necessarily know that the reclear came in, unless you've got players there to get pinged on out by it.
Les being more proactive at holding long this time.
Wow, look at that utility, it's just endless.
But it's expired now. DRX.
See, it's just so hard to lurk into A short on the Cypher. Viper maybe have a chance, but it's really just to buy some pressure here while they fight over into the B side of the map.
There's a pit on the B side. Do they want to finish here? They still had some pressure towards showers. I think it's a TP.
They surely want to move over towards A, and a couple players have rotated for Vitality. The timing is good now for DRX to send it.
Kicks was hesitant, so it all comes down to Durka. He still has that showstopper, ready to go top drop. Only 20 seconds, DRX. Need to get this plant down quick. But the ult goes wide. Still, 15 seconds. DRX, where is that plant? It's yet to even be attempted. Fight forward from Durka. This man's doing it all. 2 kills picked up. The plant is stopped, and the next player ready to swing through. No! The spike makes it down, but it was never enough.
What a chaotic round. That was absolute mayhem. Durka getting the 2 kills over into Lamps opened up everything for Vitality, though. And with so little time on the clock, it's like DRX, even if they have 5 players alive, it's a 4v5 because one guy's got to be trying everything to get that spike down on the ground. I think the important play here, actually coming in before the retake, is the fact that Kicks had sort of half rotated over to the B site, sent up a big Skybird over that Viper's pit that didn't ping anyone, so he was quickly moving back towards the A site. Vitality hadn't overcommitted even with so little time, so they were ready to get that fight. They didn't actually lose full control of site, and it gave that opening opportunity for Durka to control the site.
DRX go back to the well of B. Good stun, catches on to Kicks. Young's past it. Here's the refight from Vitality. It's excellent. The decay catches 2, and Vitality cuts them all down. Flashback has found the time to walk out, but the smoke from his teammate, Les, a bit of safety to isolate these duels. And in a one-on-one, you know Les is just going to pick them apart.
Not letting the eco come through this time around, no sir. Just a complete lockdown. Honestly, I've really liked how Kicks has been playing on this map. This time it's that fight supporting less very nicely into long. But really my eyes go towards this 9th round. DRX need to salvage something towards the back end of this half. They've got the ultimate on Hyunmin to work with. Looks like they're gearing up for an A hit. They had the one slow round, but since then it's just been go, go, go.
Showers fight this round for Vitality.
Who's next?
But there's the ult. Already teleporting in. Hyunmin should be able to find where this is coming from. Armageddon going in. Doesn't really affect
Hold on,
them here.
Hyunmin's all the way up in heaven. Bro's throwing out a flash. He's out of this, looking for someone. Bless, can he find that timing? Because right now, Vitality crushing outside Showers.
Cutting through.
Another TP for Hyunmin to get back into the site here, and a flash to follow up off of it. It's a very weird one now. Vitality on a bit of an island towards Showers, but they know exactly where Hyunmin is. The satchel, good, but not enough. Safe, guys. There's no ammo for Durga. He's got the shorty, goes back in. Hyunmin takes him down. And Vitality, they're split up at this point. Another possible 1v1 for Hyunmin. 3 kills already for the rookie. That's 4. Hyunmin, he wants it. The crowd chants for it, and Trex swings out front. Sight, Bane steals away the ace, but it's the round DRX needed regardless.
That was just absurd from Hyunmin. I mean, Vitality had full control of Showers. There's no way you should be able to plant the spike, but Hyunmin going all the way up into heaven with that ultimate, getting that kill onto Les, and then whatever the hell this was, I don't even know. We missed the shots going wide at the beginning, but it's all good. Hyunmin kept it composed, kept it together, and kept DRX in this half.
So they head back to it. A breach ult, now available this round. And that same look to take Showers. Trex was ready for it. Swung in off of that stun, but couldn't quite catch the timing.
You can see, though, that stun timing is nasty with the TP coming in. Back in round 2, Hyunmin found a kill with it. And it'd be hard to replicate that success, but here come DRX.
TP front side. Safe is
Hey,
in
get
the
out of the drone!
He's gonna die to the missiles! Oh, that's a tragedy for Safe.
But Trex in backside gets that first one. Vitality are still putting up a fight. Lamp's been a constant problem with his fight into backside. Hasn't been conclusive just yet. Hyunmin still on the prowl, still trying to get a little bit more. And now with an ultimate coming down, Bane and Hyunmin are tearing this side apart.
But it evens to a 2 versus 2. And the reposition for Trex. I don't know if Bane is ready for him to be in Showers. It's perfect from Trex.
Down A.
Now another rookie with his chance for a clutch, but he's not prepared. Vitality immediately answer back.
These rounds are just getting a little bit crazy. But you can see that once the dust sort of settles, those individuals on Vitality, they see those angles they can take, whether it's Trex walking into Showers, or then Les trying to go on the complete other side of the site. Getting that late pinch in, those positions are so unexpected.
Yeah, Vitality winning the round, despite Safe just getting cooked by the missiles.
Yeah.
Well in his drone.
One enemy.
Les did recover the off there, so Durka will have another go with that favored weapon of his.
It's just another round where DRX have basically nothing. Hero rifle on Hyunmin.
If they get some picks, they're one off of 2 key ultimates as well. Have a chance to snowball that.
But look at Durka under hookah with the op. Actually ends up shooting the drone. So his spot's been revealed. He's got to go into the showstopper and he's got to find it.
What's more Durka than that? You think the man's in trouble, and he just sends it at you. That's a shorty! Not a care in the world from Durka. Donates them an operator. In goes Vitality. And they'll clean up this anti-eco with an absurd quantity of confidence.
Yeah, no problem. Les gonna pick up that up, chuck it over to Durka once again. When Vitality were up against T1 on this map, you know, another Pacific team, they've just gotten luck of the draw on that, back-to-back matches. But his op was absolutely beastly. Haven't seen too much of it so far in this half. That's always something DRX, now they're gonna know, is very much on the cards, something they're gonna have to deal with.
DRX, with both the Yoru ult and the orbital strike, a really nasty combo, especially if you can breach, stun, body block a player into it.
Yeah, ultimate comes in. How much is he actually going to see here? Hyunmin just going to see less for the time being.
There's the stun, there's the flash, less. He can't see a damn thing.
Crazy.
Executed by Hyunmin. But Trex has made it out. No one's ready for Trex on the site. He didn't do enough though. Needed more than just one. And now it's an off on the retake. That's just the clone. But he'll swing in for more as smoke pops though. Becomes all the more difficult.
All right, Durka did grab a Phantom there. Some chances to get back into this round, but DRX are all bundled up on site right now. Great angles to play off of one another. They don't leave anything to chance here.
Smoke fades. Bang, first contact. That's very good from Durka. But Hyunmin in the corner, taken down as well. That's incredible out of Durka. And the trades come in. Somehow, the IGL's in a 1v1, but Mako in the perfect position to close that round out.
DRX get a little bit going there towards the end. Not the best start for them, but look at a round like this. I mean, I think the Yoru experiment has clearly been paying off for them in the offseason. That was nice.
Yeah, it really has. 4 rounds for DRX. For the most part, off of the ult combos, off of new ideas being invested, but still a very long road to go for them. The clutch absolutely critical to close out for Mako. And it's halftime, but we have FaZe Clan. I talked to Baby Bay. He said he took a group of different players, made them into brothers. Trying to do that with some big personalities here on Vitality as well.
Let's see how that can come into play on this pistol. Vitality could start off great. But already I've seen Durko with double satchel and a shorty. It's U-Haul destruction coming on in off the back of the Teho utility. Tripwire not going to turn into a kill for DRX though, but they do control showers.
Less versus Mako.
Launching smoke.
And a very important part of the map to control still for DRX. Vitality not committing to the plant. They want to actually get a kill before they go for this. No one's looking triple. No one's looking flashback. He's whipped it. Still finds 2 and swings in for more. Bit of a redemption for him as Bane finds an opener as well. Kick-straighting things back out. It's pandemonium. And Durka only has a shorty? How can he even get a gun out of this? They have him trapped. Locked in, and a swing coming through. The shorty's just not good enough for that.
Yeah, don't think he's gonna get it done, as a matter of fact. Madness round right there. I don't know. DRX somehow with flashback sitting here on triple. There's a smoke right there, so Vitality don't really respect the fact that someone could be hiding there. Then it turns into a bit of a mess. Kicks finding 3 kills.
Oh, what a chaotic way to end that round, but DRX absolutely needed that. Now bring the gap down to 3.
Oh, big news here. So an Outlaw was bought up and tossed over. Kicks through that to Durka, and there's 4 players on light armor. Or actually, they switched up. There's only 2 players on light for DRX. That's actually a great call if Mako made that. Make sure they can't get punished by the hero buy.
Drone is down.
Brings drone, just spots the 1.
Unfortunately for Vitality, they're going into the wrong site to get value out of the Outlaw. With the Cypher here to scout. Wait!
That was the player on half armor.
It should have been the difficult site, but somehow the Cypher's down and the timing is missed to fight into short.
Still, that's not a gun that's recoverable.
But the problem is now, DRX are playing a very low info comp, so they're going to start walking down in numbers. And Freeing's going to walk straight into Trex, even getting the timing. That's now a Spectre picked up. Vitality of 5v3, and they just walked in with an Outlaw.
Mako, a chance to save it. Down goes Durka, and Hyunmin, a 1v1 as well. Getting overwhelmed by 2, but Hyunmin, he's good for it. Still not out of the woodwork just yet. Vitality, they've walked their way up short A.
I got the spike.
And they've recovered the Outlaw onto Kicks.
Yeah, got a flash to play with. 2 players, 1 shot right now for DRX. Really Bane to be the serious problem. And he's not quite in range to use his util just yet. DRX can take things slowly, regroup, and play numbers in this retake.
Hyunmin will die to 1 shot of the Outlaw. But thankfully, Bane and Mako both good with full armor. Aftershock on to save. He barely gets away, but Hyunmin swings in and takes care of him. So now it's Kicks alone. And surely there's enough odds for DRX to just overwhelm this one. And yeah, they'll shut it down. got a little dicey for a moment,
Sure.
but they win their anti-eco.
Yeah, good on DRX to sort of settle down and equalize in that round once they'd fallen down in numbers.
But you hit on something there, how low info this comp is for DRX. They have a lot of great tools for active re-clears, for retakes, but in the mid-rounds, Vitality can really work them on the rotations.
It's primarily once either Cypher is going to die or that util ends up being cleared away, right? Because Vitality find that opening pick, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, we have no real anchor to rely on here. It's kind of hard to play that, because really when you look at this comp swap for DRX, you're going to be seeing a lot of these rounds where it's 4-1, where Cypher's going to be on his own, no longer on the Viper, Cypher much more self-sufficient, and DRX have the tools to fight forward with this breach pickup.
And also, they have the ults that they want to prioritize. Hyunmin, on their bonus round, will have the Yoru ult available. And he's just sending it to trap play. Dirk is in the sky, and the missiles knock him straight back down.
What a combo there. Again, DRX put in the work on all these new Yoru comps they're trying to debut. They had not been playing the Breach previously. Now they've got ways to combo with the Yoru, to combo with the Teho. Even played the fast rotate if they want with that Yoru.
When you think about the history of this team, they've always loved to cook up the combos, to cook something special, and they're going for another one here. Spotting two players out.
It's
Hyunmin,
weird, though, only seeing the two.
does he want to go for this one? They're kind of chasing behind him. He's got a clone to work with, but just pulls them away, and TP's out of dodge.
Yeah, so right now, Vitality need this pick to be found by Trex. Dog comes in, and that's going to cause the bailout from freeing.
Stun available, another from the Teo, but it doesn't catch on the Trex.
All the time, though, Vitality are moving over into this A side, trying to lurk into this Cypher. First tripwire broken, and DRX already have two players here ready to hold.
Oh, Flashback had a chance on the kicks. He doesn't convert it. And now with the smokes up, the spike should be able to make its way down.
There's not a lot of time.
Spam, there's a gap in the smoke. He converts. Safe trying to plant. The spam coming in. Safe sticking. He'll get it down. But Hyunmin through the smoke for two.
And now this flank coming in from Bane. It's just a ghost. Trex isn't able to get it done. Hyunmin has been a beast for DRX today. I mean, so consistently, and it doesn't matter if it's an eco round or not. Hyunmin is always showing up.
A rookie player. Last year, he's playing Challengers Japan on 120 ping from Hawaii. DRX take a chance picking this guy up, and my God, have they been rewarded.
Yeah, if you thought he was good on 120 ping, just wait till you see him on 1. Spoiler, he's on 1 ping right now, and this is what the kid can do.
Pretty ridiculous. When the all-star players last Durka were winning trophies, he hadn't even played his first Challengers match. Truly the next generation of Valorant talent on display here from DRX.
And now coming into this round with a monstrous advantage. DRX posting up 3 over towards this B site. Vitality don't really have ults to dip into here. DRX went full heavy. Very easy to play controlled defensive side here with this Yoru comp.
It's just an execute into the B site. Durka, no chance in the air yet again.
The worm smokes on a global stage, you love to see it.
An interesting one. Bane playing inside the smokes. He's become a worm himself, and they've spotted him. He'll get out and over and dip away to safety as well. Vitality, though, still a lot of players ready. When these smokes fall, it's going to be a brawl, and it doesn't go well for freeing. Bane trying to reply back, but overwhelming odds! They only had a half buy, and Vitality now up 4-2. But Hyunmin, the hero of last round, arrives yet again and knows exactly where Les is. Can't take the risk yet. When will he fight? Perfectly timed. Hyunmin, another opportunity, and he rises to that occasion as well.
I've got your
But was it enough? In the 1-on-2 is Flashback. Spotted out by the ult. A double swing from Vitality, and they win the Thrifty.
It is genuinely impressive to see Vitality, even in a Master Card Thrifty round that they're securing. The fundamentals of how they're approaching these fights, right? Their timing of going up on the top of tube, swinging around left side, right side. That's what really won them the round, right? Because it was a little bit of a mess at the start here, but then it was all these fights they took around backside where Mako's swinging in. There's like 3 or 4 different players on his screen.
When you watch Vitality play, you're not going to see the same super impressive util ult combos that DRX goes for. But they are damn good at the fundamentals, the team fighting. It's really where they thrived in EMEA.
Now all that work that DRX put in to win that bonus round, kind of tossed away. Half makes a little bit more sense. Refight in with that stun. Hyunmin always going to be looking for that. Doesn't get tagged by the stun either. He's going to keep on fighting here.
Safe gets out though. Still, that means DRX maintain control of Fuka.
Yeah, and you know, Vitality left the spike over towards A side this entire time. Dirk and Kicks just been hanging out together, ready to split on in, but someone's got to go get that spike. Need to get that in our hands before we actually take the site. Or maybe they don't.
Eventually. And the ult back site flashback.
Oh, he's in front of it.
Yeah, forced into the smoke here. A very good opportunity if he can find the right timing. An ult, information for him to follow up off of. There's very good flashes. Durka can't see a thing, but the follow-up isn't there just yet. Now here comes DRX, a stun onto Kicks, but it's just too late. And Vitality winning things out by attrition. A refight into backside, an orbital strike to follow. It's lovely for Vitality.
Making quick work there. Ultimate into backside wasn't actually super effective because of how Flashback ended up playing it. But Vitality trade all their teammates out. Weren't thrown off by the Your ult coming into play. Dirk had a rough go of things because he's fully scouted out by that Your ultimate, but Kicks at his back from Showers. That wasn't going to be an issue. And again, in these team fights, Vitality just seemingly always coming out on top.
Hey, we like fighting in the mud, yeah? Good job.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. They're just lathered up in it.
Safe, truly an expert in those situations.
He was born.
He has thrived.
The Fundies have been strong. I also think Vitality have just gotten a lot of space walking into the Cypher side of the map. I'd like to see a DRX with a look where they maybe fight there a little bit more aggressively. Or push through on the B side. That could be this round.
Freeing, is he going for this one? Stun connects on to save, but he's out of it just in time. Bane will make another attempt, and he does better to trade his teammate.
Hyunmin's already teleported up to A too. Him and Flashback could lock this down.
The lurk is through. Got catches on the Flashback. A nade at his feet. A sky flash as well as a fake. So well played from Kicks.
Still problems though with Hyunmin dropping down into sight. Showers control isn't coming in anytime soon, and Hyunmin's gonna find his mark. Still a problem over in triple, ready and waiting for Trex. Not gonna end up happening. Vitality have the site, and Durka's still pushing. Durka's still looking for Bane. Wants a little bit extra, and he's gonna have it.
And now a 1v2 put in front of DRX's leader. Spike still not planted. Vitality an opportunity to go for the TP.
And they're still worried about a flank with that early B aggro.
Mako biding his time. Here's the plant committed. And starts to walk his way outside. Durka's going towards elbow. An isolated fight. And in hookah now. Durka waits. A wraparound. An ult in hand. Mako. Does he check it in time? Spam. Going in. Durka's all the way at triple. But the smoke is up and the timing, it's perfect. An incredibly well-played round for Durka.
I feel like Durka's movement in these clutch situations has just kind of been perfect. Right, he's going for these long walkarounds. You think all the way back to, what was it, like round 2 or 3 in the first half where he got the kill up in hookah, went all the way back into long? I think he's got a really good mind right now for just showing up in the least expected place every single time.
That's my MVP. That's my MVP. LeBron James.
What do you think that means for his legacy?
It is very Vitality to, instead of setting up the crossfire, walk all the way through U-Haul, back triple, set up to close out the round. Tough times for DRX now, back down to an eco of their own.
Not another one. They've made it happen before. Got some ults to play with. But Vitality have done a really good job of early round scouting, always going into the weak side of the map on their execs. And again, kind of waiting for DRX to play their hand, to show them where their stack is going to be. This time, though, having bodies around the Cypher, Vitality might end up biting wrong.
Bit of damage done towards short, but Vitality not committing there.
Yeah, it looked like the original plan was going to make Presence be long and then TP. Instead, walking in, freeing, in some trouble. Missiles at the feet to try and stay alive in it, but it's not going to happen. Now here comes the split into the site.
Ain't no one to really help him as he's out wide from the missiles. Durka's rocket is good. And Hyunmin, HP just so low, will be traded out. But the TP, okay. Incredible shot from Flashback, brings this one back into even territory. And a Vandal recovered off of it. Trying to find some shots back through the spam. Mako trying to isolate a fight. But both these players on an island. The Ghost not good enough in that position as Vitality make it to map point.
5 rounds down, DRX need to put up something now that they've actually got rifles in hands. Gonna have the ult advantage going into this next round too.
And Vitality have done such a good job of just playing these slower, simple rounds. Figuring out where the heavy side is, going for a late execute with their Teo utility, and winning out in the post-plant team fights.
I do really think the problem right now for DRX, they've just been...
This guy's a reaction machine.
I love it. He's clip farming. But again, it's these rounds where DRX are always playing 4 players on the strong side. And Vitality know they can get these walk-ups and consistently punish into the Cypher with just a little bit of utility shown towards V. It opens up these timings.
Viper's pit out of showers.
Well, that's annoying. How did DRX respond to that? We've already seen a teleport come over. High camera is broken out. Flashback isn't good for it. And now this site's just falling apart. Dirk is still in a warpath here, getting all up inside the smoke. Spotted out, ultimate to come back on in. DRX have no one to follow off of it, actually, and ultimate is gonna come down for freeing. Hyunmin blasting his way through the pit, sees 2. And now the sole hope for DRX on this retake.
Hyunmin flashed up, and Kix takes care of him, but the pit is dropped in the chaos. Bane will claim 1, and it evens 2 versus 2. No smokes for the Korean squad, and safe on an off angle, somehow freeing, wins it! DRX stay alive!
They threw everything into that round. Teo, breach your ultimates. But they stay alive. These rounds are messy. There's so many things happening. When the particles on their screen alone, it's dizzying. But finally, they come up big in a team fight.
So the common thread in these chaotic rounds is freeing and Hyunmin. Those rookies have been so good for DRX.
DRX really have yet to find a solid B fight here. But finally, Vitality working into this space early on. Drone's gonna spot out freeing, he drops down, but here comes the fight into long again. Good droning from Vitality, sees both of the aggros.
Everyone's getting caught out by util. Durka up top with a smoke to play within. But freeing, he's found a gap beneath it. The one away for Durka works out, but the trades are excellent from DRX, and Vitality don't have a foothold in the site. Finally, they'll walk out. Bane hears everything. Waits for the fade of the smoke. But Vitality escaped towards long.
Mako doesn't have any smokes to block off long after this one goes down. So they're just walking into crosshairs. Les isn't gonna let you have a chance with that.
And another player caught out. Mako didn't have his weapon in hand. And Hyunmin on the walk. Flashes into long. Les isn't blind. And it's only 1 man left to stand. Bane, an isolated fight towards long, but time is ticking. He needs this last kill onto Kix, and he needs it quickly. Sticking onto the spike, trying to get halfway, but Kix puts an end to it. 13-8. Vitality strikes.
Own, but has to be the difference maker if we want to map 3.
Vitality 1 map away from being the first team in playoffs. And They're starting things off here. No surprises and execute. Into B as Hyunmin dips away.
Ooh, DRX, that TP out, gonna choose to play full retake. They do go for an early drone though, so chances to get out of the smoke early, but there's a star waiting right on that exit pathway. Hyunmin doesn't care. He's just gonna get that kill, pop out the flash to make sure they can't get punished for the stun.
Aggressive Vitality trying to find a duel, and Turka does well to start things off, but the flash not there in time, and DRX just floods in. Now only 2 players left alive, but Trex takes one before falling, unless he's a world away. Has to use the pull right now, but they already got it halfway, and surely that stick is forthcoming. Bane's holding it unless he's just not fast enough.
It's actually so unfortunate for Les there. He thought he had so much time to go for that late wrap because DRX had abandoned the site, but DRX's decision to actually fast flood in instead, get Hyunmin going here, and then have that pinch going 2 players into the front of the site, 2 players going into the backside up from heaven. Even though Durka managed to get 2 kills somehow, DRX players just kept on coming through.
Feels like a rare moment where Vitality's team fighting wasn't quite up to snuff, all getting kind of isolated towards the back of site, towards the ledge there. But a critical pistol round for DRX.
It's another outlaw purchase for Durka on round 2. He loves this thing. And this time, 4 light armors from DRX. This is something teams are going to have to start prepping up against Vitality because he's proven consistently he's going to go for it.
Brings drone, spots a couple towards
Got the
B,
jump
and
peek.
jump spot. Oh, it's brutal. So the second round 2 in a row now, where Durka's gotten an opener with the outlaw, and Vitality get a chance to play the 5v4.
And now Vitality calling a great round, moving over to this A site. I thought for a second Bane was going to over-rotate out of there because his drone saw nothing in A main. Vitality, just like on Bind, love to exec into the Sentinel. They know DRX plays strong fundamental Valorant, so there's no one ever fighting up in front of the Cypher util.
And they have both the Teo and the Sova to deal with those strips. Flashback. Doesn't really catch anything, and no one breaks his start. The flood in from Bane. Durka's below him, and the whip from Flashback. He falls too, and Mako yet again has to try and save the day. But the odds are overwhelming. Over the top comes the Sova. He needs to find the shot.
Not like this, man. Not like that. Kicks is just jumping around, having a time with it.
Oh, it's heartbreaking.
I feel like I'm watching Bind all over again, you know, not just the outlaw purchase, but then execing into the Cypher, then fighting up on top of a site. It looks like Tube on B site Bind. How Vitality took those fights once again. That is just silly.
And I think that round will be the lesson for the rest of the teams here at Matches Bangkok. You gotta buy full armor. Our reaction as well.
Love how much fun they have with it.
Really looking to be super friends, as Durka said.
Yeah. Very cute, too.
The other big narrative to look at this game, of course.
Those are all the important things.
DRX gonna go for a walk over towards A, but Vitality with a player to contain and ready to just react into the B site here.
Oh, Safe might get caught on a bad timing. Oh, no way he jumps out.
But that means they get to keep walking and might have a pretty strong timing here.
Yeah, but at some point, Vitality are going to realize what's going on. Even if they don't expect 4, they're going to know that DRX are trying something. Unless they manage to find the perfect timing past Safe here.
Safe thinks they're walking mid. Surely he turns and checks.
Yeah, and Les is down underneath Heaven.
He's
now
not
he
turning.
realizes, okay.
1 for 1. Les isolated. And not looking down at Bane. That's another gun to fall, but Bane, even with that rifle, this should be too much. A 1v2. A high-low from Vitality. Dart, the jump, and Durka's too good.
Yeah, even losing the rifles there, it's not too much of a problem for Vitality. They won round 2. They're going to be set for the foreseeable future. Next thing really on my mind is how the ultimates are going to play out, but really I'm kind of impressed with how Vitality have consistently found these opening picks off the jump peaks, right? We saw it from bot mid that round. Previous round, it was Durka getting the jump peak from on top of Library.
Okay, it's okay.
What is he?
I don't know what he is. He's safe.
That's true. All right. More of a basic round here for Vitality. Take early control into A main.
Yeah, it's nice to see Vitality still using the util to clear A main, even though really DRX haven't done anything here apart from the last round.
And it's a round 4 attacking op for Durka.
Oh my gosh.
You look at this guy, he's become known for the Yoru. But Abyss is the map to lock the jet, abuse the op.
I love just kind of leaving him here in main as well. Now he shows the operator, so less value perhaps.
Here.
But all things considered, Vitality are probably going to look to reset back into some kind of a split here. A or B, it's hard to say. They still got that star in top mid they can tag into. Just barely missing the timing on that one, but I think the ping has come in, so Durka is now going to be the one to hunt for top mid. Oh my god! Wait, Freeing just decided to start fighting. No more jump peeking. He's taking heads.
2 clean 1-taps from Freeing. Kick's gonna make his own attempt to hold down towards mid, and he's got the off in hand.
Okay.
Finally deals with the Teo.
And that means he's got Rolling Thunder online as well, so the call comes in from Vitality. It's going to be a B finish right now.
left.
Mako only the only defender from DRX.
But I imagine the goal is to try and save it for the post plant. You don't want to have to use everything on this exec, and the site is weak. Mako makes his way back in, and Safe's not ready for it. Double swing though. This should put an end to Mako, and it does.
10
So
seconds
plant
left.
will come down, and the Rolling Thunder still online.
Yeah, it's going to be a fight back up into spawn here. Ultimate comes out, doesn't find
He's too far
Trex.
away.
So plant comes down, now all of a sudden back in spawn. No! Kicks get sniped out!
And that's the Brim ult. Gone. Trex in a 1v3 now. But no smokes for DRX. Flashback, jumps up, Trex, good spray control. And another!
They're going
onto
one by
Hyunmin.
one!
Only Bane left alive. And Trex is going for a walk. Bane is sticking! Bane is sticking!
Nah, that is just too cold, man. His team is just getting murdered like Trex is killing absolutely everyone.
Perfect 1v3.
Yeah.
Go 1 by 1, lose 2 players, full stick.
Yeah, what a clutch.
Okay.
Getting the job done. I mean, first of all, shout out Freeing, because what are those shots at the start of the round? Yet somehow, Vitality still had a chance there for a moment.
I don't know how Gix ended up being the one to die from the ult as well.
I'm going to be honest, Bind was a muddy game. This is also getting a little bit muddy.
Vitality have found the weak side though. They're going for another hit towards B, this time right off the rip.
Quick teleports over though. DRX are ready to flood on in. Paranoia not connecting onto anyone. Durka snuck his way all the way into backside with Hyunmin up from above. He's ready to pop on out of that. Ultimate taken down by Durka. And with mid falling as well, DRX are in a whole heaping amount of trouble. Vitality are on a warpath. And this B site is falling apart. Freeing just up in heaven with a stinger, but not gonna happen. Durka finds 3 and Vitality get their third 2.
The way Vitality navigates that flood retake is impeccable. Durka hitting the impossible shot onto the Yoru coming out of vault, and then making the decision to get ahead of the utility, fighting towards spawn. DRX players just weren't fully ready for that much of a brawl out of Vitality.
Look at that POV there. I think Dirk saw Hyunmin on minimap, thought he was right behind him.
Look at that, they haven't even planted yet. They don't greed for it at all. They full stop, commit to fighting together, and win it out. And that's what's been winning this series for Vitality.
Those forward fights over towards B looking good already for Vitality. Now though, an absolute full save from DRX.
They're going back to it. Durka, not updraft away from the util. Sees the shoulder of Hyunmin. And Trex will be the one to convert the kill. DRX had a bit of a stack on this round, but Vitality still get out and start to clean up these kills.
Vitality choosing just to walk back into the site. Drone's gonna end up seeing them. The second DRX start checking their backs for a lurk or for the rotate over into the A site, that's when Vitality find their timing. Durka once again up close in their face. Gets the first, the second. And it's just a little bit too much for DRX against his rifle. Except when he's looking the other way. That tends to
that
help.
one's a little more difficult though. 4-2 though, Vitality
Remember,
convert the anti-eco, and It seems like they've found the sauce on this one.
I'll tell you what, though.
Executes, freeze, refight against the Flood.
I do love watching Trex play, because even on these supportive roles, he's just fragging like crazy. Again, their series versus T1 on Bind, he was popping off. The last time they played Abyss, too, his Sova was just absolutely crazy.
That's part of what was so impressive about the Vitality run back in EMEA. Everyone was excited for the tougher.
What they do have is very fast rotate, because with the Omen ult and the Yoru teleports, what they can do is fight up into A main for the first time really, except on the eco, and still quickly reinforce flashback on the B site.
Anti-Durka trip goes up top.
A little bit nerdy.
Yeah, I think he just wants the kill on the dashing jet and then wants to get out. There's Durka straight into the trap, but he's not ready to follow it. Oh, he got it. Just in the nick of time, Flashback gets his kill. And the ultimate, finds a tag as well, a kill onto Freeing. That's an astounding ult from Trex.
And now the big power ult for DRX is no longer in the game. No chance on that retake. Check out Kick's position, right up flush on the wall.
Aftershock nullifies the first wave of the retake, but the drone tag is good. Flashback hasn't seen an enemy yet, but he's good for 2. Safe doesn't have his gun out, and Trex is dead as well. Flashback single-handedly holds on to B. Unless we'll be overwhelmed. What a round from Flashback.
Flashback's crisp with it. That reset on the 4th kill was real nice. And it started off, he was making this mad dash towards heaven because he wasn't in position to play off the trip.
He hears the jet updrafting, just full sprinting.
But the fact that he gets 2 kills off those trips as the Flood comes in, then he's the only one going heaven. It's not a double swing or anything like that. He's just in a position where he needs those kills. Getting to them is massive because, you know, we heard Coach Termy talking in between, maps 1 and 2, saying some of the players on DRX just didn't feel super confident in the fights they were taking. For a rookie, especially having a round like that, get your mojo back is huge.
It's a really clear play from DRX. A TP up for Mako. I think a dart to follow that up, but no one got caught in the fly trap.
Once again, Vitality, you see these early round aggro and reset away from that. This time making sure that Safe's going to hang out, make sure no one walks up on him. He's got the drone, too, if they wanted to work a late split into the 8 side through vents.
Freeing. Dangerous game running past Durka there. Holding out the ult in case there's a possibility of a fight back into A main with the Paranoia lined up.
Flashback's got to be great again. Vitality just want to bully this kid.
This is how it ends.
That's an ult in A main. That no one is there to receive it, and instead it's Flashback under pressure.
You're on your own.
KO's not here, so nothing to flush him out of his position. Trex taking down the spike on the floor, and Durka over top. Flashback, a chance to isolate another duel as he dips back and joins with the rest of his team.
Reinforcements have arrived for DRX. Bane gets the spam shot, and here they are, right up in front of the Cosmic Divide. DRX on the prowl. Hyunmin taken down by Durka. And without their duelist, the support staff has to step up in a big way. Flashback's been good, but Durka is just better.
He wants his record this game. 4 kills from Durka. A round that didn't look all that good for Vitality. Again, DRX starting off with an opener. Get their player out on site. But it's all Durka all day.
It's tough, too, because if Flashback keeps playing like this, he could completely disrupt the Vitality game plan of just execing into his site. And unfortunately, was only able to get that first one, fell back for the retake, and Durka's not going to let you retake into him, no sir.
No, he will not.
He's 14-5 right now.
Kind of ridiculous.
Drone going out.
Safe drones in towards A. This time, not as big of a trap like, and Durka's just running past one-ways. Okay, this guy doesn't give a damn. Playing within the missiles, eventually gets caught off, and Bane has a gun from that. An isolated fight onto Kix, but Kix won't let him get away with it. Another challenger. The gun picked up into the hands of Freeing, and he's better at the task. Finds a kill, and more from Freeing as well. In just a half second, they win that eco.
Yeah, DRX keep finding some of these ecos across the 2 maps. Feels like they shouldn't really have a chance, but you're right. Freeing getting the rifle in hand. Hyunmin on the Hero Guardian gets his before he falls too. A Master card thrifty. And yeah, that drop from Freeing. If he doesn't seize that timing, DRX don't have a chance for this round.
Great movement on the last kill from Fring as well.
Durka back with an attack op. Has the knives to dip into if he needs. This time, Hyunmin stepped down into mid. Could be a big fight coming up soon.
Here.
But no one's really going to be on those angles that Durka wants to take right now.
Hyunmin had to take his TP out as well.
Yeah, down to 48 HP. Now a drone to re-clear into A main. It's been fairly light for DRX on this side of the map. Could actually see DRX reset into more aggressive A main space. I like the walk up.
Mako. Considered taking a timing there. He backs away and refreshes the one-way instead. Is that re-clear is very well timed. Spots no one towards B and that pulls rotates.
Exactly. Now Hyunmin can get over into the site. You realize Vitality, they heard that drone going through. Les calls out, says you can't exec into A right now. They're going to be stacking that. Come back into B. And it's once again all eyes on flashback. Back site.
Get out of my way.
Rotates are going to be a bit late.
Low time. And hold on, Hyunmin gets the kill in mid. That means no lurk.
Flashback, darted out, Durka up in the air. Down goes the Cypher. And Durka trying to navigate around this utility. Hyunmin flashes in, the op shot goes wide, but Vitality still waiting to fight. Low time, they don't care. They're still gonna brawl and come out ahead in doing so. Mako! How did he find that? 3 kills out of nowhere. And DRX, with only 7 seconds left, has to make a run
There's
for
no
the spike,
time.
and he's just not there.
DRX's leader is the hero. A 3K out of nowhere. Playing the clock, I mean, Vitality called it down to the wire, and we're in a position to win. After Durka found this kill, but I want to see how Mako did this. Kind of absurd what he managed to pull off. So the first kill was player not really looking at him. Then he steps up for the pop. Oh, he just got 3 kills, no one's looking at him!
Just takes the perfect timing. It's been a long time since Mako was that guy, a rookie player initiator. We can just kind of send it on executes, and I think that might be what Faded was going for here.
The hard thing is A is basically always stacked early on from DRX, so Vitality haven't really sped up after taking A main control. This could be the time though.
Main ready with the dart. I think a Paranoia primed on the re-clear too. Combo with the Yoru flash. And again, Mako doesn't catch any fish through the smoke.
Yeah, nothing really there for them. Just an orb secured by kicks.
A lot of damage onto safe as well. They did break those doors in mid.
Yeah,
Spots out at least one there.
DRX may be reading that it could just be a double ult farm from kicks after this early round. So I think now would be the time to actually step up into the mid space. Again, we've seen Vitality go for this re-clear where they've taken these angles, but then almost always moved back into B or A. I want to see what a walk down looks like.
Drone is down.
Instead, they might just go back into A.
But I like this, going into A instead of B, because you can see DRX, they're again being told that it's always these late rounds into the Cypher. And now Trex is taking this space up into mid. I love this. He can choose to go for a quick split into A or just catch the rotates out from the off angle.
Rex chooses to charge forward as the execute comes through. Mako and Bane, a great dart, unbroken. No one was out on site with Durka, and the spike is still in main, 20 seconds. And Vitality, they're running on fumes at this point, and Bane in the perfect position needs to go massive, but he can't. Les steps up to the plate and allows his team a plan. Through heaven comes DRX. Drex! He's in the air!
Trex is crazy, man! Jumping up there. Maybe even just winning the round for his team with that play.
I mean, that was a Tony Hawk Pro Skater trick, diving through the air, and that just wins the round for Vitality. Okay.
They're just out. And honestly, like, that kill secured the round for Vitality, but I think just his decision to go for the mid lurk and be in that space stopped DRX's reinforcements from coming in. Because Hyunmin had the Yoru ultimate coming up through vents, and then instead of jumping down into sight, he sees this Sova in the smoke, tries to fight it. You've got your site player turning around trying to fight up into it. It was just that one player identifying that mid was opening up in the mid rounds and punishing.
also punishing the tendency of DRX to lean late into these B site hits. Vitality has conditioned that basically every round, but this still could have gone very wrong.
Sure.
Right? They were down to 10 seconds. There were still 2 anchors from DRX, but it was the individual play from Les that bailed them out of that one to start.
I've got to credit Faded in that timeout. I think that was the exact right. Those 2 slight variations chewed up DRX. Now they're going to open around very similarly, all into the A site, although this time I think it could actually just be the full-on exec. That would be, again, just that slight pivot, 2 rounds of structure, catch DRX off guard.
And look, DRX have sent troops into mid.
And they're saving their utility, just the drone here, so they can speed up into the site exec.
Missiles, Durka dashes over the top, and the anchor of Mako, he's good for it. Bane again tries to get out onto this site, but the ult will push him back. Mako still standing strong! 3 kills for him. It's all Mako!
All right! It's just the Mako show!
Switching sides.
These last rounds they're winning, he's just putting up numbers.
An absolute beast on the anchor. And DRX, from what was a tough start, have tied this game up 6-6.
You know, supportive utility going there with Hyunmin. That's where they've been very effective, and that's where they need to be on point in the second half.
So a slow way to start this one off.
Just early cage, camera in mid. A lot of times you'll see Cyphers just play this space to break down that vent. Yeah, flashback spams for that, busts it down. Threatens a quicker A split eventually. Interesting to see DRX play such a slow round though. On Bind, it was all just these 5 hits over and over and over again. Abyss a map that favors that.
It didn't feel like they were ever really going for slower rounds on Bind.
Yeah, maybe even trying to sell some kind of a fake. There are 3 players from Vitality on B holding fairly aggressive lines, so Vitality not so fooled right now, still holding their ground.
Less with that top side angle that's become very popular for controller players.
Recon just came back up. DRX ready to go.
Drone does not get the suppression onto Les. So he'll smoke up, and both players will have to fight forward because of the missiles, but Durka dashes out. Les, though, is taken down, and that's a great start to this half for Hyunmin. Durka around his teammate's spot, trying to find something here as DRX starting to lose out on the time. Safe! So good from him to take down both of the players. That's DRX's foothold on the site gone. And only 17 seconds, Bane has to try and shuffle out, but there's 3 players holding. And Vitality shut them out.
That's a good way to start off the second half too for Safe. He'd been having a real tough one in that first half. Get some confidence there, get that ult charged up as well. Not too bad. This early play on the dive again was nice. You know, sort of using that smoke to pop on out. There was a paranoia that went into the right side of sight, so Durka couldn't actually catch him. Or stall out on those players. But really, it was just Safe getting out into backside, doing his job.
Someone thought they were going to buy Durka the outline. Instead, he decides to go for it himself. One of the biggest things to look out for Vitality's second half is Durka getting an operator online.
Well, you think Durka doesn't pull himself up by his own bootstraps?
Very individualistic. No need for handouts from his teammates on this half, at least.
All right. Flash comes in, and hold on, the classics are doing way too much. Now, Trex is still an issue up in top side, but that's just a ghost in hand. Durka's got an outlaw. Safe's got to be really effective here with the rifle.
Drone into the site. From both teams, in fact, saying hi to each other from site. The missiles are going to be huge, though. Dash is going to swing off of them, but the Outlaw, second shot, finds its mark. How's he still alive? Durka for 2, Safe eventually wrangles the Vandal, but there's missiles on freeing. And time is starting to become a factor. But Durka holding strong with the Outlaw. One shot goes wide, but he won't miss twice.
DRX making things a little scary there. The 2 opening classic kills are wild. But Durka is just kind of fearless on this exec. I mean, I don't know many Jets that are going to be just dashing forward with the Outlaw in hand, then switching over to the Classic and getting the kill.
No scope.
Yeah, let's
double Outlaw shots. Okay.
I guess the no scope is the one that missed, and then he was like, okay, I guess I'll go in. Can't go for the montage. It's kind of been a montage map for him, up to 19 kills.
Weapons up. Comms open.
2 players on regen shields for DRX. Those make some good victims. More safe now, Outlaw, as the Vandal's been passed over to Durka.
Hard to get these fast execs into the B site though, because Kix always has the stun ready. DRX this time bait that out, now into back
Les
site.
is still top site. Is anyone looking at him? Hyunmin, just in the nick of time, takes a peek above him and deals with the Brazilian as Hyunmin himself just gonna take this site basically alone. Durka on the timing to fight in, and he dips into his own clone, loses sight.
Trying to use the clone as a shield is crazy. But DRX still having position in backside and B main. Vitality have a lot to do. Dash up on top side. Durka might actually have it in him. I mean, he's just dancing around him right now, freeing, holding his ground, but as the Classic comes out, Durka gets a third. Vitality on pace to potentially steal this round away. Durka on 4. Durka holding up to half. Flashback comes into him, and Durka sits him down. It's the ace for Vitality's Duelist.
His first global event off Fnatic, trying to make a name for himself on a new roster.
Here.
And on the verge of breaking records doing it. All 5 kills in this round. I mean, the positioning, the way he isolated these fights, saving bullets in the Vandal there.
2 bullets to get that kill, then he gets into the knives. I mean, his pathing's just crazy.
It's just cinema. And that's a bonus round 1 for Vitality.
It is peak Durka. DRX into a half by now.
Who's next?
I don't know if that's gonna be enough to shut him down. He's peeking up in A main.
Again. Oh, okay. Spamming through. No one has traded him out, but Hyunmin from behind with a stinger puts an end to Vitality's hold of main.
These ecos! DRX keep on doing it. Question is, does Hyunmin want to keep fighting into backside? Trek's not ready for him. Turns around and Hyunmin makes it happen. These rounds just don't make sense to
You
me.
get aced and you immediately turn around and win a half by. Outrageous stuff from DRX.
Just mental.
Hyunmin went into this half with 4 kills. He's already up at 11, despite losing the first 3. This rookie player has done so much for Pacific's #1.
You've got to respect popping the ult there too from Hyunmin. Getting that flank, there's so much audio going down. I don't think Vitality knew it was about to hit him. And now it's Vitality, just a hero rifle on Durka. Looking for this fight again. He's not going to back away from it. No fear in his eyes.
But he's pushed back. And DRX now posturing for a re-clear A main.
Importantly, Durko's actually dropped that Vandal. He's going to have enough money to op in the next round.
Dart to re-clear bottom mid, but it doesn't catch on to flashback. Durka's out in the open here.
This drone's going to hear everything. DRX have to choose to snap into this exec now.
Durka's just full walking this flank. His team won't be able to hold long though. Only some sheriffs to lock down this site. Safe has an isolated position. He dives into this smoke. Gets ahead of the entries from DRX, and now things get a bit awkward. Safe can't do anything though. But the flank is finally activated.
Trip. He used the updraft to get over the tripwire. And now with his hero rifle, could he do it?
Flashback out in the open.
Blocking sight.
Durka wins that duel.
Spike planted.
Les only has a classic, it doesn't matter. Gets a kill there. And with just a hero rifle to start, Durka has a chance to win this round for Vitality. Smokes up. No tap on the spike just yet. The missiles go in early. It all comes back to Durka. He has to defend his teammate.
Last player
But
standing.
Mako sprays him down, and through the smoke, Mako claims them both.
Mako will go quiet for a second, but when he shows up, he is winning rounds for his team. Again, these rounds getting so chaotic. DRX trying to fight into back spawn off of the Hunter's Fury coming on down. But it's hard too, because you have to reset yourself after a round like this. Super chaotic, super tense moments. And now it's the buy round. Durka choosing to go for the Vandal, not the Op.
But again, being a menace in A main. An alt purchase on the other side, in fact. Hyunmin picking up the sniper on the Yoru.
Is darted out though. Oh, I've seen the Op. Durka's been able to creep into A main, although DRX actually ended up pinging him. I think Flashback is ready to take this fight. Durka against Flashback, stun comes in, but he's gonna dip away. DRX are moving to the B site.
But it's less here. Hyunmin off, it's perfect. Lovely opener. An alt sent in and Vitality shoot away from B.
Safe trying to get into the site though. Mako teleported up on top. With Heaven Hell, chooses to back away. DRX are gonna play the post off site.
Safe has his ultimate. So DRX risking it if they stick around.
Yeah, they're just gonna sacrifice freeing back site.
But Hyunmin's off. Ever present, holding from heaven. Time getting low, and Vitality with the stun online, they'll go in. Durka starts things strong on this retake. His 2000th global kill, but now a chance to win the round. He dives forward, Mako again! The one to shut it down. Kicks will run for the hills, and DRX will tie this game.
That was a calm round there from DRX. Hyunmin's opener with the Op purchase. Ends up being exactly the right call for them. Put that in their hands, and you've got to shout out Durka for reaching 2,000 kills. This is the shot right here. Obviously, it's DRX that win the round, but an impressive achievement and the first player to ever reach that marker.
Truly one of those players in contention for that GOAT status kill player on DRX, but DRX is winning these rounds off of team play.
Interesting round from Vitality. So the hero rifle is on Kicks. Durka's got the knives. Kicks actually bought down to nothing.
DRX are heading towards the stack here. Safe is a scrumptious piece of bait in main. Just a ghost to work with. He'll bide all the attention.
He's trying to ping for the op shots through the smoke.
That's ridiculous, okay. Hyunmin stunned up, but Flashback finds Durka. That's one of the two hero weapons gone.
Safe tries to take his time, but yeah, you're just gonna get spammed away. I love the choice to toss the op over to Flashback when Hyunmin's gonna entry with the ulti.
Very disciplined from DRX. They don't rush into this round. They're now in a 3v5 and can recompose before committing.
One suppressed.
Kicks! Okay, he's found two, and this makes things somewhat doable. It's only Sheriffs on the remaining players, but Trex already had one kill. Drone up onto Bane.
He's gonna use the ult.
Ulting? Okay, he's getting pushed. Surely Bane is just gonna deal with this. Les silently drops, but Bane jump peeks and baits him out, but in the open! And now it's a 1v1. The former champion has got a rifle, and it's a 1v1 against the rookie. He's sticking halfway. Missiles coming in, but Les achieves his goal. Stun off the next tap. Les backs out of the smoke, wins the round. He's always been good for it.
That was just perfect from Les. The Red Bull clutch. And we'll watch it again because everything went DRX's way. But all of a sudden, you have these couple of kills come down. When Trex jumps down onto the bottom of a rope, then you've got the Sheriff in Les's hand. He actually used his Astropole to try and set up for the Sova ult coming down. Through all of that madness, then secures the 2 kills to consume the round.
And Les just plays that so perfectly. Just sidesteps the stun, gets the 1 tap. And that's the momentum for DRX broken.
Vitality have a stun here ready from Kicks. Ready to fight if DRX was gonna enter on in. Could even use the Rolling Thunder. Hold that thought, Durka still fighting on site, pushing forward right up on top of Yunmin. Ring will trade him out with the ultimate coming back on in. Look, DRX are getting wild with it!
How's he done that? Diving out from heaven. And Mako gets away with his life as well.
Spike
I thought it was the ult, but it was a double TP!
Yup. He's been a monster on the Omen these last few maps, and that'll leave him alone on site.
Right here.
A sacrifice, but still a challenge for Vitality to get past him.
Standing.
Missiles available, but it's a 1v4, an IGL versus IGL. Mako just ready on the swing.
I swear, every round DRX are winning, it's a Mako 3K. This guy just chooses which rounds he wants to win. I want to see his entry path here. Jumps into the first smoke, then goes back into the corner. No one's ready for it. Kick's got his ultimate out. Trying to cast abilities, then after dropping, he gets that kill. It's just ridiculous.
And I love the way he's varying the entry pathing. He's smoked there almost every round, but that's the first time he's done that TP into heaven. Other rounds he's TPing backside. He's so good at varying the positioning on these execs.
Hold on, Durka, Guardian in hand. Looking for the push down. Vitality have another bad buy, but as Durka gets spotted out, he's got to walk on back here.
So yet again, DRX do a good job at pushing Durka away from his early aggression.
I love the purchase here too. The Outlaw in the hands of Flashback. Just to lock down mid control. DRX are going to reset back into a B hit. Mako will eventually have to go and grab a spike on the way back over. Got a habit of leaving it back there.
And there's that Outlaw ringing out in mid for Flashback. Les, the man with the Hero Vandal this time.
I mean, look, this is still the stack from Vitality. There's still a Rolling Thunder. There's still a stun. It's hard to break into this site. There's not so much time left to play with.
Go ahead.
There's the ult though. Les inside of his smoke. Can they get him out of it? Freeing runs in. 1 for 1. That's a great trade for DRX. But Kicks, with only a Sheriff, doubles up in this round.
Durka has made his way into sight.
Spike planted.
Value up there before, but this time DRX not giving him the angles. They're dipping back off the site, gonna play fully off.
And the Outlaw again. Flashback takes down one and safe. He's had a rough map thus far. Trying to win the clutch for his team alone. He has missiles. Both players for DRX co-located. A swing ready through the smoke, but it's a crossfire. And DRX pull ahead.
DRX are just clawing this one back. Flashback started to find his mark on these mid fights. Whether it's the Outlaw or the Op a couple rounds back. But I like the way they're not over-committing to these fights on site. DRX have really started dipping back into these off-site post plants. Just sort of abusing the gun advantage where they have it. Not letting themselves get bullied off the site by Vitality's util.
All missiles away.
So a new look for DRX. Heavy pressure in towards mid. This is going to draw a lot of players off of sites.
I really like this, because Vitality, you know, they've got a lot of active util with the drones to re-clear, but you don't have a Cypher or Vise, anything like this. Mid, if DRX show early presence, you've got to pull players over.
Drone is down.
And we'll find some info on the re-clear towards A.
I like this
Spotting out
too,
one.
because Mako has ult, so he could sort of find a pick over here, still teleport back into an A exec, and even leave Flashback as a second lurker.
Safe on the jiggle. Durka holding the angle, perfectly timed swing. That gets the opener, but DRX are just gonna wanna exec into A as a reaction, and Safe is here alone.
Problem is Vitality are moving quickly, and DRX haven't snapped the hit just yet.
He's gonna have support by the time they enter into this site, but he's spotted out in the corner. Teo missiles in, but there's a stun that's arrived from Kicks, and DRX are still not out. 30 seconds, ult coming in. Vitality trying to hold strong, but the ult is perfect. Takes down Safe. Mako TPing ahead, but tracks on an off angle. 4-1, another for this man. They're smoked off in main. It's only 15 seconds, and DRX, I think they're forced to save.
They just can't get out of main. Mako tried to be the hero teleporting into sight, but this time Vitality were waiting for it. His trickery wasn't going to work again.
And DRX did a lot right that round. The pressure into mid. They lose a player over on B, sure, but they still give time before reacting to let Vitality full rotate on their defense. They re-cleared mid early, then they're allowed to full rotate back in towards the A
Off
site.
of that pick,
and
yeah.
then by the time DRX are execing, they've completely lost their timing.
Yeah, it looked like the smoke Mako was trying to TP out of went down at the same time he was casting it. Tough news.
And the site anchors from Team Vitality, Trex especially, you actually have to convert, send a lurk, send a real threat that isn't just going to get instantly re-cleared.
Ooh. Vitality might want to take the fight to DRX. Yeah, maybe an updraft path into window. Keep your eyes on Durka here.
Kicks with a stun. They'll contact down to start. Mako. Is he just going to TP ahead of this one? This could get very awkward. Quickly for Durka. There's a stun! Durka for 2, but Mako! Again the savior for DRX.
Mako's kept it alive now. And they're going to call to pause things. Just a minute and 20 left on the clock. They've got plenty of time. Now walking into side, but
What
Kix
a
is
call.
waiting.
They contact him. Kicks. Backs out of the smoke.
Oh, perfect timing taken to back out of that one. To play with the team. Now, DRX can't play offside in the post. They've got to fight forward.
Mako up top. Again on this angle. There's the initiator utility coming into this site, but there's no follow-up.
Yeah, Les is trying to flank, but he just broke a tripwire. DRX are aware of this. Are going to fight up into Vitality's face.
Flashback. The only one to patrol this flank. He swings through. What a timing for Flashback. Trex over the top, bounding forward, but now it's only him. And Hyunmin from main swings out. That round was a 3v5 that Mako flipped on its head.
Match point.
That main fight was crazy. Every single player from DRX coming down from the ground is stunned. Durka would have ruined all of them if not for Mako's teleport down there. We've seen them do this a couple of times. And finally it matters in a big way.
No other team this tournament has reinvented themselves the way DRX has. 4 maps played, 4 new comps. And it's been all about Mako on this Omen, TPing in with Hyunmin on the Yoru.
Missiles away.
But it's another forward play for Vitality.
Yeah, big fight from them. And Flashback's gonna hear everything. So the call comes in from DRX. It's time to accelerate into the site. Dimensional drift unlocked as well. DRX realize no one's here.
The ult hatches out a couple. Hyunmin, does he want to go for this one? Les running in, but Hyunmin teleports back. Hunter's Fury for Trex. Can he find a connection? There's a tag, but no kill to be found.
There's a fast lure coming in his mid as well. Keep your eyes on that as Mako takes down Durka.
And he's going to stick around on the site for another moment before ulting back with
There's
his
the
team.
lurk.
Flashback! What a
down.
lurk! Freeing in the smoke! Kill safe! And now it's only 2 left alive. Vitality getting picked to pieces. And Kicks, he'd have to deliver an impossible feat.
But Mako's up in his heaven. Ulted back into spot. I mean, DRX. What a half. The breach to back him up. That combo is so effective. Back on bind. No Rays might have some people concerned, but DRX have proven they're the master of this comp after the work they put in between kickoff and now.
Durka, he's not stopping. He's
That's
walked all the way through.
Just
That is
not fair.
demonic from Durka.
And you know what? Put the Durka versus Mako to bed. You know, Mako had a great second half, but Durka finds that opener. Now, A-Site is going to be weakened. Actually, Trex has nowhere really to go. Gets out in the nick of time. Still taking that fight because there's no smokes without the Omen stars to come down. Somehow, DRX have to get out of main.
Camera taken out.
Hyunmin, that's a very big kill. He's even the score and gotten even more. Flashback on the refight towards ramp is excellent. And now Durka, again, he's blinded and gone. DRX, this is a 4v5, but they have systematically dismantled Vitality.
Hyunmin's fighting them everywhere. Fought him screens, heaven. Now he's back on ramp. Just give me kills, give me kills. He's asking for it, he wants it, but Les is still in play.
Hold on, it's a 1v2 now. Freeing does have missiles and a drone that Les is just giving up on breaking. Okay. Four guys revealed now.
Yeah, that's why Freeing is the Teo GOAT. You know, one trick this during chaos.
We don't talk about the Teo drone movement enough.
He's got tech like that. Closes out the round 2, no problem.
So a silly way to end, but an incredible pistol round there for DRX, keeping the momentum from game 1.
But really, I'm just glad to see Hyunmin have a kind of a great opener here on the pistol. No doubt, really, that he had a quiet second match, but was so pivotal in the rounds they won back at the start.
Couldn't even see less.
And really, I think Hyunmin's going to be the pivotal player.
On defense this time, Vitality don't invest in that eco outlaw that we've seen them buy up for Durka so many times.
Yeah, Les would have had to lose everything to make him get that. It's the attack side, or if you get the spike down, it's a little bit more forgiving to go for that purchase. Let's see if Flashback walks into the 4 stack in mid this round. He's looking for the insurance. He's just got a ghost in hand. Hearing all those rotates actually opens up a great opportunity for him to peek on in here. Sees 2, 3 players. Gets his go. He's like, nah, I'm done.
Very reserved from him. Vitality with the classics, just gonna try and waterfall out of heaven here. But everyone from DRX gets away from the initial high rate of utility, and they have a chance to fight back in and lock this one up quite cleanly.
I'll tell you what, though. The kills are going in all the right places right now for DRX. Obviously, Freeing gets some at the end there. He's halfway up to his ultimate, but Hyunmin, after the 3K and the 2 there, he's just 1 off now. DRX could seriously have some chances to win this bonus.
Coach Sturmy was diagnosing after map 1 that his young players were getting a little nervous, making mistakes. That has not been the case these last 2 maps now at all. I think DRX have done a much better job at slowing down these rounds, not panicking in the chaos, setting up the double swings, and actually beating Vitality in the team fights.
And it doesn't help that the older guy is the one that's hard securing the rounds in the last map. Mako will see what he can do, but already Hyunmin's got that Your ultimate. Ready to drift on into the site. Safe now revealed. He's in a tough position. Vitality are trying to flood out to help him, and Les is the first to arrive to the fight. First one goes his way. And still more players enter the fray. Vitality are doing an excellent job of holding on to this site. The smoke to anchor them in to pinch back into Pillar is exactly what they needed to take this round.
Safe would have been a dead man on site if it wasn't for Les taking the risk, running out heaven and protecting him. Very nicely done.
I like, too, that Safe dropped that smoke, not in A main, but on the right-hand side there, where you'd see like old Sages try to exec with the wall. It allowed basically all of his team to flood out into the site, whether it was dropping into heaven especially, or even Durka going out into rafters. Sort of removed all the angles that DRX wanted to fight up against him.
Flashback smoked off yet again. He does have a rifle, but
30
this one
seconds
should
left.
be too tall an ask.
Unfortunately for DRX, they did use the dimensional drift in that round. Sort of lost that early ult scaling that was maybe going to give them a chance.
10 seconds left.
I want to see how much they choose to continue to lean into, whether it's going to be these hard execs or if they have a more slower approach, more default answer. Because when they were playing this comp back on map 1 in Bind, right, it was so much of these just 5-player hits onto sites over and over, trying to cycle through their ultimates, get those execs going. I think Vitality answered against that very well. We saw a glimpse of it here with getting 4 players onto site, fighting together very nicely. I think if DRX are going to really challenge on this attack side, I'm going to see some slower rounds and try to poke some holes in the Vitality defense.
Vamos.
One nice thing about that Yoru is that you can afford to go for a bit more active plays, TP back, go for hits late. Durka doesn't have that luxury, but he has still been taking liberties in his positioning.
There was a corner from those Teo missiles where Les was totally fine in mail. Not forced to rotate out whatsoever.
DRX doesn't follow up off of it. So it seems like another slow round, waiting for the refresh on the breach Teo util.
That's the thing, right? Once you use those pieces of utils, like, okay, 40 seconds where maybe Hyunmin's going to take an angle, maybe Flashback could look for alert timing, but other than that, Vitality has a moment to think about where that next attack is going to come in.
Yoru has looked like the strongest duelist here at Masters Bangkok, but playing split without the Raze, you do lose a lot of the oomph on those early attack side plays. Normally you'd see like a double satchel up mid, satchel up ramp. It's a bit harder to make those work with just the TP.
Absolutely. Let's see DRX now go for a late round sight hit. All gonna stall them out for the time being, and Vitality are already here.
Look at Trex just running at them. There's a seize nade. Dirk has arrived too, and Trex still waiting for the perfect opportunity. That's another paint shells off of Durka. Vitality shutting down, but DRX, okay. They've replied for a couple kills, but there's only 20 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, and Safe's got this late wrap into heaven. Flashback needs to be able to isolate Dirk, and it's not gonna happen. That's the spike out in the open, and that's Vitality taking care of business.
That's the Vitality special. Figure out where the late site exec is coming in. Get ahead of the entries for DRX. Fight their support players in the smokes.
Yeah.
And destroy them. It was the same game plan they kind of had on Abyss.
And truthfully, like, you see this opening volley of util. Here you have the gap coming on in.
Good catch
Just
there.
needs to be a deeper missile on that one. But truthfully, and you wouldn't actually expect that coming in from Freeing, that he's just not landing that missile, right? Because this guy's played Teo, what, every game this year?
Yeah, he has not played a single other agent.
Kind of silly, but truthfully, I think DRX need to seize some space off that util, or it's too easy for Vitality to read it.
DRX have done this B hit a fair few times this half already.
All missiles away.
Stun, missiles in, but again, Vitality have 2 players out on site. Durka's gonna get out as well. And a paranoia, but DRX this time, the ones to win out on the brawl. They fight backside, they get their 3.
Just every half buy goes their way. Trex
Standing.
dropped down out of heaven as well. Hyunmin's gonna be on the hunt. Just a picture-perfect round from DRX. Didn't catch exactly how that fight went down inside of the Omen smoke, but I don't think Safe had his gun out. Mako just sprayed him down with a stinger and opened up the entry pathing for Hyunmin, the TP into back sight.
And when we talk about this comp without the Raze being a bit more difficult to go for those early mid dives, the early ramp dives, the strength is when you are execing into these sites, having the double TP with Mako. It is so cool the way that DRX are playing the game this tournament, because across all of their maps, they are playing almost exactly the same comp, sometimes changing the breach for a Sova on their Abyss. But other than that, it has been basically this comp and this same idea every single map. And it's really rare in Valorant you see a team that's so willing to commit to one style.
But it's worked for them so far. The work has paid off. DRX secure a MasterCard drift. I feel like they're just getting them non-stop.
And there's that TP for Mako.
Yeah, so it was a paranoia that Safe was trying to cast and just wasn't ready for that fight to come his way. That was a great reset of a shot, too. Taking it from heaven back towards spawn. Not too shabby.
Hyunmin's mechanics have just been monstrous all tournament long. Getting back into the game here.
Oh, it looks like we're going to be taking a bit of a tech pause. But no, okay.
We are in the match, all right.
Yes.
Little late to arrive in this one.
All good. DRX didn't do anything, so we didn't actually miss anything.
Oh, they used the Breach Teo util. They'll have that back in 40 seconds.
Yeah,
you
but
didn't miss a thing.
That happened 2 rounds ago, right? Where they didn't actually seize any space off of it, and Vitality just were able to lean into a site, have 4 players ready to go there, and shut DRX down. So, big concern for that happening again.
It can get a little bit telegraphed, too. If they're going for insta-breach Teo util, it's normally not going to be a site exec.
Safe just a bit wobbly there, pushed back by the paranoia now as well. But again, Vitality have players entering in. Teleport backside from Hyunmin, down low, but a good flash comboed. Vitality hold their ground, and still DRX aren't out
Here's
onto the site.
From Flashback. Durka holding for it, but Flashback wins things out. Les has gotten ahead. No one's looking at Les. Finding 1 kill, but now pinched onto the site. And again kicks in a position to try and win a clutch.
Planted.
A better start. He's not saving this round. Knife out. Walking into this site. but a great position from Freeing towards spawn. Freeing, though, turning away at just the wrong moment. Now he'll hear the blast coming in and reposition to cut Kicks off. Ooh, Kicks got past it. Still, there's missiles coming in. The time is getting low. Kicks, he just cannot find a duel for the life of him. Stun primed up, but a player swinging around the corner. DRX play it beautifully to close out on another B-Exec win.
Yeah, it was a tough one too, because Hyunmin ended up dropping in his fight backside, but then Mako on the entry pathing again just sort of sends himself in to break crossfires. He teleported into backside, the same spot the Yoru was going to be, as his teammates are sort of flooding in with him. That smoke was difficult to play around for sure. I really think Mako did some work for his teammates there.
Looks like the same util ready in mid for DRX. This time, Hyunmin's gonna follow it up and get an opener onto Les.
There you go. Finally got what they came for. At the same time, Vitality.
There's no way he walks through the smoke again.
Yeah, he's the hero rifle though, so he's gonna get a little bit aggro. Playing the off angle instead of the full aggro piece. You know DRX are waiting for something.
Smoke fades.
Uh-oh, he knows he's in the corner.
Flashed up. Mako kills his teammate, but Dirk is still alive. Satchel gets him out of dodge. And DRX will look elsewhere.
Yeah, look at them run, going in defense, but save his hero's paranoia. Doesn't catch him. Oh, what is going on? All right, it's fine. It's
Yeah,
fine.
I think Freeing was just midair. Doesn't matter.
The A side is open. DRX are gonna go to plant, hold on to heaven control. It's fine.
First time in a while, we've seen a plant on A. Freeing has a nice crossfire with the Cypher towards heaven.
Yeah, don't worry about Durka's ultimate. Don't worry about that.
He still would need a kill to even risk investing it. And without heaven control, this should be a done deal for DRX. Durka will run. I'd like to see Kicks try and get some ult orbs here.
Yeah.
3 off the Rolling Thunder.
The scouting TV on out. And now, check this out, Freeing is wrapping around from heaven, so gets that shot. I like the way DRX are calling right now.
I think they have a chance to kill Durka. Flashback is already towards heaven.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's getting missiled out too.
Flashback dives in and the gun is gone. Very thorough for DRX.
And a nice round as well in the anti-eco. You know, not getting fooled out by that B main fight. Yeah, they lose one player, but they instantly clear out of that space.
You gotta start to think about a timeout for Faded. It's been 3 rounds in a row, won for DRX. Finding success on their B execs, starting to get some success in taking fights in mid. They're running away with this half now.
Yeah, I'm sort of wondering if there could be some kind of an aggro piece coming through from Durka with the rocket. I think A main has been surprisingly weak round on round from Vital.
Going back to their favorite ideas of pressuring towards B main, threatening the execute with the Yoru TP backside.
I wonder if it's just going to be a trap in mid off the showstopper, or if Durka might try to get out in front of this default util that's been in mid.
Who's next?
The ult into main. Safe spotted out by this one. Hyunmin sees 2 players on site. Where's safe TP to? Up towards heaven. In comes the ultimate. Safe trying to TP again. He's safe, but his teammate isn't. Durka arrives with a rocket and finds a kill off of it. But now, the swing from DRX from backside, it's perfectly coordinated between the rookies.
Flashback waiting here in mid.
They've taken him down, and now it's a 2-on-2.
Mako's been in his backside ever since he got that ultimate down, but now Vitality, how do they call around this? There's a smoke on site. A little bit awkward for them.
Freeing the timing. He's getting spammed. Doesn't even know they're coming from spawn. They're walking just on the other side of the smoke. It's Pandemonium. He's crossed them up. He's in spawn. Ben Kicks now as a 1v1. TPing across. What is going on? Kicks on the spike. Freeing 1 HP. But the swing is perfect. What the hell was that round?
Medic! We need a medic! Look out for Vitality's ankles! DRX is just teleporting all over him, dodging through smokes. And we've got a Yor ult coming in behind him. We've got Omen ulting backside, and then whatever Freeing just did.
Okay.
Just
I just gotta see that again.
I genuinely am at a loss for words. We'll see it from Mako's POV
The
because
fact that they started both backside and it ends up still in a 2v2. We're into the next round. We'll move on.
ignore that. Mako already TP'd up onto the high angle. Lone on in, safe not fooled by that. But a pop flash, maybe just to see if anyone was gonna spam through that smoke.
stand your ground.
Ult on site, a TB.
I mean, again, Vitality, you're here with 5 players ready for the pre-take.
They don't have great weapons in Maka's position towards heaven. He's gone.
But they've got
Spam
ults,
with a
Mimi.
stinger, and now they can choose to invest things
That's
off
a good
of this.
seize.
Bane gets planted down in the open. And there's still 2 players in main, but the players on site, they are in trouble. Util flooding in. Hyunmin waiting for the stun to fade. He gets a kill. Another for Hyunmin! Incredible from the Yoru. And now a 1v1. Flashback versus Vitality's IGL. And Safe, the one to take it.
Vitality got there so quickly. Saw exactly what was going down. And then what Durka did moving into the site off the back of the Breach ultimate. Just pure pandemonium.
What a MasterCard Thrifty to win.
Yeah, that's normal.
Heard the TP. Les has a classic right click. And despite Hyunmin's heroics, was not enough.
Yeah, that's tough too. Flashback tried to catch that timing
We're so
right
bad,
as
boys. We're
you'd
so
think
bad.
he could be going for the defuse. But he was just being hard held. These rounds are so high pace. I mean, DRX aren't giving Vitality any time to breathe.
Durka fighting ahead, fully blinded. He gets out, somehow still alive and mostly unscathed. And this man wants to look for some more. Still 2 satchels. Still the confidence to brawl. With the smoke up, he'll soon back away.
Vitality are going to reposition back into mid. Could potentially even look for a walk here on a re-clear. If they can take mid control, it makes playing this round so much easier. They'd catch rotates, they could quickly move back into the B site when this hit eventually comes in.
Rex suppressed.
If they try to exec now, though, they're going to get hit by a triple Nightfall, ultimate, and back sight.
But that's why there's 2 players mid, ready to fight in. But for that flank to be good, they have to hold strong on sight, unless he shut down the lurk. Now with 3v5, and DRX has nothing.
Little scream there with a heavy shot, and ooh, Durka saw that teleport. Hold on, B main. DRX are still in this round, trying to step on through, freeing,
seconds left.
dominating this server. But in a 2v3, Pain Shells, comboed with mollies coming down. He's gonna have to do so much work. And here's that drop. Pushing the smoke, taking his timing! But now it turns on to Bane. No time, it's turning away. Durka is there, Durka with 4. Keeping it close.
What a chaotic round. But Vitality figure it out. On their B defense, they've consistently, against this double TP played, been flooding players into heaven or TPing Safe up there to have a high-low when the Yoru swings in backside. And that has been cooking Hyunmin on these B execs.
I also think it's just fantastic anti as well. Kix uses the Breach Blast. Regardless if it's a real TP or fake, he uses that in his own backside to force Hyunmin out to swing that angle where they've got 3.
All 5 players B main, and Vitality expected a change up out the timeout. They have 4 stacked towards A.
They thought too hard about it. Thought DRX would go there. So it all goes down to Safe here. On the eye. Oh, the ultimate's going up through mid. Didn't even catch that.
But Hyunmin is all the way past it. And Safe on this site is completely alone, is forced to teleport out. DRX yet again have B.
It's nice pathing though and being up on Rafter. Okay, he gives up the spot. That's all right. DRX are going to have a relatively simple plant.
Vitality have the rocket on Durka,
Spike
but the plant has
planted.
already made it down. Breach is late on the rotate, but it stuns them on with the rocket will be strong.
There's tons of stall, right? Both breaches full utility, but here's the Nightfall, here's the retake.
The volley of Util goes both ways. Durka trying to find a target with his rocket. He gets nothing. And now DRX will flood back into the site, Safe for the first. Hyunmin needs to reply, but he just hasn't found his fight. Vitality, overwhelm. And it comes down to the luck of the draw for DRX as they desperately try and spam through the smokes. Kicks his hole.
Why is it working?
Spams them again. safe. Needs to protect less.
Time!
They're trying to stick. The spam! The spam! It doesn't connect! How? Did Vitality get away with that round?
Are you kidding me? I mean, that round made no sense. Vitality play their retake perfectly up until DRX get 3 kills spamming through smokes.
I think at one point it was a 2v5, just spamming in main.
I genuinely can't believe it.
And technically it's a Red Bull clutch. Just holding on to the spike.
Because look, this retake was
Literally
beautiful.
a 2v5 against 2 players spamming.
And you know, Vitality do everything they need. These players are isolated off into main by the smoke, but it didn't matter.
Last round of the half. Unless only as a Bucky. Gunman is TP'd up mid. However, they're behind less. He still goes 1 for 1. That might just be good enough. Is there a refight here?
Yeah, Vitality want to fight back up into mid. Trex is there. But unfortunately, Safe stuck off by a Cypher trip in mid. And now the ult coming into A. It could just be the omens for a moment.
It's a risk to go for the plant here.
This spot on ramp could be everything. Here's the jump peak, but now caged
Great
off.
cage. Safe though, tucks in. As Mako finally gets the plant down. Does DRX go for a re-clear on ramp? For now, they're comfortable with the crossfire in main. And Cat catches onto a player in the corner. He has no help besides the stun from his teammate coming in. But Bane's doing well. He's pushed them back, but with only a stinger, it's not enough to kill Durka.
And now flashback revealed. He gets knocked down by Trex too.
It's all Mako. He was so good map 2, but this time, it's too tall a task.
Mayhem round after. I mean, this is what you wanted to see. It's Vitality versus DRX. EMEA's best versus Pacific's best on our first map 3 here in Thailand, going all the way. We got more after the break.
Had it with your
For A, Durka already there and ready to take this fight down. It's going to be explosive right from the first second. Wait, there's actually a counter stun ready from Breach. Bane could actually put that into main.
They're prepared for this one. There's the stun, and Durka actually didn't want to follow up off that. Instead, just conditioning the utility here.
Yeah, a single satchel instead of a double. Actually, didn't even use that.
Hyunmin TP's over.
Here.
Interesting round from Vitality. They could look to pinch into A Heaven or even take this fight into A Heaven themselves, go back into mid. A lot of options for Vitality. We've grown accustomed to that from Safe's calling style.
Great spam onto the drone. Breaks
Love
it
to work down the
before
clock.
they can see numbers.
Stun ready to go into this fight, back spawn.
Freeing.
Tagged up by it, but he gets out no problem.
Flashback on the site. Alone, a familiar position after last map. But still, it's another pause in this round. Vitality loves slowing down the mid round, but this time they lose a member. And now, just about 30 seconds left, they'll finally commit into the A site. Freeing, overwhelmed, still does well to find one, two, off of
30
freeing,
seconds left.
holding the site alone.
Still waiting.
What do these teams have? Nothing on Vitality, but there's paranoia, a flash for DRX. Mako's just got to get into position.
Aftershock available. But he guesses wrong on the plant position.
Still waiting.
Both players backside. A paranoia. A flash or a stun rather on Bane as well. That's a lot of util. Vitality
double
caught
hit.
out by it, but both escape for now. Bane holds. Trex jump peeking in. Mako tries to hold the line, but now it's a 1v1 and there's Surely! Surely he doesn't do that!
Oh, 10 HP versus 100.
1 HP? That's
Yeah.
crazy!
Unbelievable. Vitality taking back a pistol. Kind of a crazy spot too, because what Freeing was doing on site here on the 3K was just wild. But Vitality kept their cool in this 2 versus 2.
Kicks got forced into a lot of retakes on the first half. But that's the guy we saw in EMEA. It really shocked people with his performance there.
True FPX buy coming in for Vitality this round. Interesting, Durka not been given a rifle, and that's because he's the sacrificial lamb. Full sends it over into vents.
Gunman has a shorty.
Oh no, but he runs away. Durka's gonna hear that nose. He can keep pushing forward on the hunt.
Youngman TPs away, front sight, right into the arms of Durka. A nade through, and this is a masterful pinch from Vitality. Very nicely cleaned up. A post plant now on A, and Durka, nice door tap, but that was just the ghost. Not an issue for Vitality.
Yeah, it's nice to see Vitality run a solid anti-eco coming in there.
A few too many of those this game.
It's been a bit slippy slidey, but what it means for them is, look at that, 4 rifles and a bulldog. DRX knew there were so many light armors, and Outlaw would absolutely carve here. I don't think they've realized it.
One enemy remaining. You were.
Said it's full rifles on both sides. A chance for Vitality to snowball this game. They won their bonus on Abyss.
And Kicks holding onto the stun, not committing it already. Instead, for this late swing, there's the stun. No one caught in that line. And now the drone's been pulled out. That's a lot of the scouting from DRX off the table.
There.
Vitality maybe gonna explore a bit towards mid here. Two players working over there. Again, they're setting themselves up for the opportunity to split back into mid, to split into A with the mid players.
It's their pistol round again, and could just be their default approach on this map. Holding on to ramps.
Reclear for DRX. But it's quiet. They just walk up. Durka! He had no business winning that fight, but the trade is good from freeing.
Vitality needed to get into this mid space quickly. Put down the smoke, couple of double blasts, but instead decide to move back over into A. Now DRX have to play spread right now, 2-2 at the moment. There's still a lot of these uncomfortable tripwires to break and no raise to really deal with them.
Kicks has a full belt to utility, but freeing is repositioned into the site.
If they walk it, they're all
30
jumpable.
seconds left.
Is Les gonna figure it out?
No, they get caught off, but no one there to convert with the spam. Flashback spammed
Oh my word!
by Les. And now freeing is alone in this site. No
They
one's
don't
looking
know.
at him. No
They
one
don't
is
know.
looking at freeing. He's whipping the shots, and it's only 1 for 1.
carrier killed.
But still only 10 seconds. Plant has to come down, and it'll be
10
uncontested.
seconds left.
Once again, it's these two
planted.
players on the retake. Kicks tucked in the corner, and there's just no way DRX are gonna clear that. Mako in a 1v3, he was so good for them back on Abyss. But now the crossfires, just not possible.
And for the second time this series, Vitality in position to win their bonus round.
It's a heartbreaker for freeing back on site because it was kind of handed to him, you know? The spam goes on to flashback. Vitality think the site is empty, but he can't secure the first kill fast enough to transfer over for the second. And he's been on such good form in this third map. I mean, he is killing it. But to have that kill slip away from him, that could be the moment that loses this map.
This is where the pressure is really applied on those rookie players. It wasn't just spam, a perfect haunt coming over the top, unbroken, to get the kill onto Les. And DRX are gonna call a timeout here. 10 global events hunting for a trophy.
Yeah, back from the Vision Strikers days too. We're into round 16. It'll be the hero buy for Hyunmin. That's worked for them in this series previously. Being Stinger too, but we'll see. Right now, DRX have control over ramp. Vitality moving slowly back over into that space, and I think actually if this ends up turning into an A-hit, DRX are in a good position to rotate on over with the teleport back screens, having Bane up in heaven too, and his stun shouldn't be too far from coming back online.
With how slow Vitality play though, they're oftentimes waiting out those gate crashes. This time though, Hyunmin gets in position. Oh, a chance against Les, but he doesn't convert.
DRX have kind of given up heaven control too. Freeing on the Stinger, drop down into hell.
He's holding out the ultimate. Maybe considering a re-clear.
Oh, Again, these timings just barely avoiding DRX. Bane does get his first though, and now Vitality finally showing the pivot. Look at that ultimate, completely dissecting the map. The spike forced away from the team, the rotates coming in. DRX have 3 players here and ready.
Mako again as the anchor. Hyunmin, great flash, converts off of Mako's paranoia as well. Vitality have to
He's
go.
sticking it.
They have to get into this site, and that's a good start because Mako only has a pistol. There's a sheriff on flashback too. But the
10
time,
seconds.
it's so low. Mako dealt with flashback alive. He could be the one to save this round. Less holding strong, but missiles, they're coming in. They don't stop the plant. And Kicks, again, on 1 HP gets a kill. Now freeing to try and win a clutch, but Kicks shuts it down.
He's on 10 HP again, Mimi. The pistol round, Kicks clutches it on 10. And again here, very nearly slips away from Vitality. DRX did great work finding this fight up towards heaven. But after that, Hyunmin couldn't get the next one. The mismatch of guns really hurting DRX there.
If the missiles arrive a second earlier,
Yeah.
they win that round. But unfortunately, for them, it doesn't happen, and Kek's just a beast in those positions.
Okay, Durka's got the attack up again. He's been really loving this so far. He's kind of on the wrong side of the map to do it. You don't really want to be walking into the Cypher with that. You're going to get spotted out by a camera, no problem. This could cause pace problems for Vitality, you know? The ability to speed up into a site.
I must wait a moment.
That op is there for Durka.
They've been happy to juggle it in the mid-round,
Oh no,
though.
he's jiggling. He's jiggling against the op.
Lucky to have survived that one.
And now Durka grabs the orb. That's ultimate unlocked, so the speed problems are gone. He's just gonna rocket straight into the site. Flashback, trying to tuck in
He
back
sees.
towards elbow, but how can he actually make it out of here? Bane tries to throw him a lifeline with a couple of kills, and Mako dropping down into hell. Durka deals with him. DRX keep on flying in. 2 ultimates used, jumping into back sight. But somehow, Hyunmin's alive, gets his kill, dives on out.
So it's a 3-on-2 and another mad dash towards B.
But Mimi, Hyunmin's already here. He's gonna hear the rotates, he's ready.
Kicks has ult,
30 seconds left.
but he's alone. He's circumvented.
Safe?
Safe. There's no way he looks to his left at this point. Bane, though, very cautious, very thorough, but not enough.
Standing.
Kicks goes down, and it's only safe. A smoke up. But Hyunmin, trying to stick this down, is safe, has too many angles ahead of him. DRX win the round they absolutely needed.
Hyunmin stepping up there in a big way, too. Just want to see some of these fights. I mean, this was crazy. Bane getting those 2 kills right before the smoke goes down. Hit a blunder from Vitality. But then those double ultimates just to deal with Durka. Hey, sometimes you need to do it.
Still almost don't kill him.
Honestly, if they'd lost that round, it's over. Use every ult in the book. You can let out a sigh of relief, that's okay. Reset for the next.
Vitality, though, have ults of their own. For the first time, they lean the spike over towards B to start. A TP across, combined with a stun.
But I like this little 1-2 punch from DRX. Hyunmin with the option to actually teleport deeper into B main after he takes his first contact.
Here's the trap play. It doesn't matter because Safe can just teleport out.
All right, no problem. Vitality used that info to speed up in towards mid. Durka, first player falls off the angle. Doesn't want to deal with the flash.
And now in a prime position to A-split late. The Viper's still tucked in towards main. A drone re-clears mid, but doesn't see these players who have walked all the way out heaven. Mako sees one, is getting really pressured here. Teleport just in the nick of time.
Great util from Mako. Him living there is massive. Because now you've got 3 players leaning into A. Vitality, what, do you pivot back into B? You could have lost all of B main. It's too hard.
There's 2 players hard anchoring on A now as well. And the stun's gonna come back online too.
DRX over-rotated. It's only freeing back towards B. Then again, it's freeing back towards B. First shot, but he has to fall back. Durka's still back in spawn. It's a madness round from Vitality. And the spike is coming back into Amy with 20 seconds left.
They're finishing A, but Flashback has been on the site the entire time.
There's no
Bane and
time.
Marco, they're shutting this one down. 15 seconds. Vitality have got to move it. Into the site they go. But DRX, they cut them down. A flawless round, and they are truly back in this map.
The clock is Vitality's worst enemy. Safe bringing some inspiration here, but he overthinks it. DRX had over-rotated back into the A site, but he didn't feel comfortable playing into B after seeing Freeing take that timing.
Here.
Vitality will speed things up on the eco round. All 5 members over towards the A site. Double satchel in for Durka. He's pulled back by a tripwire and cut down by Hyunmin. Safe? He won that fight, and now it's a 4v4. Still, the guns are bad for Vitality, and they didn't make it into A.
A Heaven kind of gapped right now. Flash to get Freeing back onto a line of some sorts, but actually the Molly's gonna push him back. You can see Vitality. Nice util, even in the ecos.
Fight into CT?
They crouched so you couldn't see the heads moving forward.
It's all up to Bane.
Right
Smoke
there.
in his face. He's worried about this, but Vitality, they're walking the other way. They're wrapping all the way to B. There's only one man here, but it's Mako.
Yeah, you're not gonna fool him. Sorry. It's just not gonna happen.
And now it's just an awkward one. Vitality
Wait, Les?
two with a stinger. And Kex has one with a stinger of his own.
Hold on. It could happen. Les has the pit. If they even want to. There it goes down. Mako in a 1-on-2. How many rounds has he been retaking down in numbers?
Both players low. And playing together in the pit. They swing through, and the trade's good from Les. It's Eco on Eco as Vitality take back control.
I think Les just got 3 kills ratting through smokes. He got the 2 in aim. I mean, we're gonna have to watch that and see exactly how that went down. A master card thrifty from him.
And here's Les.
Okay, they walk in, and then he spams
it's
the
a
second.
spam
Yeah.
through.
I mean, the last kill was a spam shot too. He's reading it off minimap.
And that's how DRX fall behind again.
DRX really testing this mid space. Haven't seen that look, and some damage onto Durka might be enough. Once you lose HP, it becomes so much harder to actually satchel into sight. Just one shot gonna take you right out of the sky. So they're letting Durka just be a late mid lurk again.
Hyunmin's going into main. The clone up, but he's paranoid. Still sticking around. Still
Oh my god, look
holding
at
on
Vence.
this angle.
Look at where Durka is. He gets the timing. He was supposed to be a sacrifice. Now Vitality have just broken open the round.
And they've broken open the map as well.
Yeah, with the player over in A main as well, they can rotate back over into Les. You've still got Durka as that late policy, and also from his position, you hear all the footsteps through spawn, so he can count players if anyone's rotating over. Vitality will know there's only one player on the A site.
Bane going for a bit of a walk in mid. Durka holding this on and off angle, and it's just too good. So flashback again, in a position where he's completely alone on a site, but he's revealed by the haunt. And Vitality have this round all but locked up. A 1v5 now for Mako.
There's no way he plays this out. Just no chance. DRX already looking forward to series point.
And
Les already thinking about it.
that he is. They had chances here, DRX, but losing that eco round has spun the momentum on its head. And that's what's so difficult about Vitality. The way that they let Durka play on attack side is so unique.
Speaking of Durka, he's on the hunt, I fear. And there goes your last chance at a rifle.
They're putting Durka in positions where he is going alone up mid, where they're leaving him alone on lurks, and he is always good for it.
Yeah, I love it too, because take the picture and you're dead, sorry.
Yeah, this is
We'll put in the memorial.
taken down by the lurking rays.
But it's such a great call too, right? Because Durka had been taken down solo. He's useless on the exec.
It's
So why
Durkin
not let
time.
him limit test in mid a bit? Okay, DRX. It's a full force. We've got stingers, but we've got ultimates. Eyes on Hyunmin and Mako with the ults to get into sights. To retake, to go for an aggro piece. I mean, he's just using it to scout. They've got a stun ready to fight off that. He's trying to body block too. What a play, but he can't connect at a critical moment. The rookie falters.
Bring them down.
And now the best chance in this round for DRX is gone. Vitality still take their time. 40 seconds in, they haven't even had to leave spawn just yet.
You know, Vitality are a bit split on the map right now. 2 players over towards B. They're going to rotate the spike back through spawn. Mako and Flashback are the 2 rifles, though.
What a call for DRX. They leave freeing on a forward angle jiggling A, and they
This is
rotate
good.
players back towards B.
Look, Bane has fault line ready. Bane has the Rolling Thunder. I think he got the Orb in A main, too. So with limited time on the clock, once again, this could be the problem for Vitality.
TP into backside. A cage to isolate the fight. Huge from Flashback. But in comes the rocket for Durka. It's gone! Mako rips the star out of this round unless his lurk was revealed. DRX.
All missiles away.
Jump, spot him out. But the spike needs to make it in. 15 seconds left. Vitality.
they're not playing
They're
it.
saving.
10
Maybe
seconds
hunting
left.
for some kills. It's just not going to happen.
Mako did so much that round. The macro on defense to take the risk. Repost Teo on a forward line A. Late stack into B. And then he's also the man to take Durka out of the sky.
Yep.
And not even let him shoot the rocket.
It's a great hold. And now DRX can just about buy up. They need 3 rounds in a row. And look, back on Abyss, it wasn't looking so hot for them, but DRX in that second half, led by Mako especially, was able to clutch up in so many consecutive rounds and pull the round back, pull the map back. Just saw once from Mako, and we've got another A fight on the cards. Again, Bane has the stun ready to go to interrupt Durka. He's got to use his satchel to escape from the combo.
Paranoia to fight back forward. DRX, though, it stays a stalemate, and they maintain their positions.
Hyunmin.
And freeing on a high-low setup. Do well. Hyunmin needed more, though. It's traded out. Safe is low, and Bane has to dip away.
How are Vitality going to call their way out of this one? They've given information of all 3 players here, and Bane is just killing them.
Remaining.
Mako on the
Spike
trade
down
as well.
A.
We turn our eyes to Trex.
A 1v2.
That off angle, I mean, come on.
And Mako ready to swing in from heaven. DRX, 2 rounds away from overtime.
I feel like Bane has been lights out on these A anchors. Like, unimpressive first half, but consistently we saw in the first couple A hits of the second half, he's finding 2 kills. Here locking down heaven with Mako. Vitality have gotten on-ramp consistently, but it's been really hard for them to push on through into sight.
Same TP play into B main for safe.
Kind of got honest Valorant for the next round at least. Big heavy hitting ults not online.
Find you. Bomb buddy out.
It's an eco for Vitality, but we've seen those go wrong so many times this series thus far.
Check out A right now. Freeing got that forward position on ramp, knows no one's there, and his back is protected by a trip in vents. That's why he can play up here, even though Vitality have shown this crunch into A so many times.
Stun line for Bane.
Yeah, ready to fight off of Hyunmin's contact. Then he can zip up the line himself.
Good reposition from Hyunmin. He'll be able to tuck away from this flash. Off contact. There goes the stun. And Vitality are pushing all the way back. The
and the
missiles.
nades.
There's a gap.
35 seconds. Another round that comes down to the wire. Gunman in a lot of trouble.
30
Be able to
seconds
dive
left.
on away.
30 seconds now for Vitality. They're basically locked into a finish on B. Paranoia for safe. Doesn't catch Bane. His position in hell is crucial. Where are they going with this?
I mean,
That
are
was
they
only
even trying
15
to plant the
seconds.
spike?
Hello? You have to execute, and it's straight into Bane, 1 for 1. 10 seconds. Spike needs to come down ASAP, but they've gotten the kills to boot. Spam! That wins the round! DRX stay alive yet again.
One enemy remaining.
And freeing farms them on the way out. Why not? It feels like it's just recurring over and over again, these slow rounds from Vitality.
For Vitality, Durka and Les have been the heavy hitters. Guys who have won Masters tournaments before, won Champions before, some of the best known names in Valorant. But for DRX, it has been freeing. A guy on his first year back at Tier 1 Valorant. He played First Strike back in the day, the Vision Strikers era on a different team. Took a 2-year break from Valorant. Comes back in for his first year in Tier 1 since 20.
That's gotta feel good. Difference makers in this round. Kicks, 1 off the ultimate. Durka, 2 off. Vitality are gonna close off. It's those abilities coming online. Could even be a less lurk.
Breaks the camera, dips away. Another 1-3-1 round for Vitality.
That flash timing there, making it uncomfortable to get into vents, but Durka realizes they've never really fought us here.
They always get vent in control, but they haven't broken this vent trip the last few rounds.
DRX have played so restrained at times, always falling back, not giving any space. Vitality picking up the pace, trying to move on in, but again, get stalled away and pushed back out.
And the KO missiles get DRX back into heaven.
Okay. Kick still has stun ready.
That blast pack is trying to bait, and it's going to be a push towards B. It's not drone. This could be a ton of information. Spots out the fade. And now I think DRX have to get suspicious.
Freeing has a chance to just stop Vitality in their tracks up in heaven. Choose to fall back into sight, play shoulder to shoulder with flashback.
Stun towards main. 30 seconds left, and Durka, he opens the round. The Haunt, unbroken, and flashback getting overwhelmed. He still goes 1 for 1 before falling. And still holding on to this side, still somehow still alive, but it's not enough! Vitality! It took them a long time, but the super team from EMEA are the